What up, guys? Welcome to the Rednekrs shop. It's a little rough right now. We took a bad flood over in August this year, but I'm Jordan. White trash, a lot of people know me as, and let's show you around here. Back. Oh, I didn't see you there. Hold on one second. You can't see none of this.
Oh. All right, here we are with the Rednekrs. What inspired you to get involved in demolition derbies?
Well, I grew up watching the legend, Brett Hibbert. As you can see right here, I always wear it. You know, he only does live 10 minutes up the road. You should really stop talking to him. He's a legend. I want to be just like him someday. I probably never will get there, but I will try. I will beat him someday too, hopefully.
All right. What inspired you? Hold on, first of all, what's your name?
Raymond Jones.
And what do they call you?
Black Trash.
Black Trash, okay.
Honestly, I did my first youth derby when I was like 14. Won first place, got Mad Dog, got me hooked right then. Messed around local, did a few local shows, and then I had one of my local buddies ask me if I wanted to be on a team show with Jordan. And I mean, I didn't really know him. We show up, and ever since then, dude, just family, you know? Like, you don't meet, there's not a lot of people you meet, especially as an outsider, you know, where you come in and...
Can you explain the basic rules and the structure of demolition derby for our non-derby listeners?
So, okay, usually most of your derby rules, you're allowed a 4-point cage for driver protection, and I would highly recommend it, especially in these mini cars. These door jambs are not very strong. Some rules you're allowed and a little bit of extra off your seat bar. Go back here to your package tray to help hold it together a little better. What they call a gas tank protector. You're allowed to, this one's a little banged up in the rear. Sometimes you're allowed to crease, help the rear of your car come up better, come in tighter. You're allowed to weld your door shut sometimes you're not. Right here's one that a lot of people like is the 9-wire. Holds your body panels together.
He's giving all of our tricks out.
You know, battery box is always a good idea. Keeps your battery in a safe location. You ain't gotta worry about it. Good tires for sure. If you're allowed them, run them.
No place with
a good bumper.
Reach out on the back too. A lot of people always asking why people run small tires on the back.
Oh yeah. So on the back, why I choose to run small tires in theory is you see the sheet metal right here doesn't always stay where it's supposed to. It'll come down here and it'll rub in your tires and it'll hold your car up from going how fast it's really supposed to. These rear tires keep that from happening. All the sheet metal will come in and these tires will still spin and you'll get all your traction or whatever you need to get.
What safety measures do you like to do other than normally to help yourself be safe?
All right, I got a car right here, actually. You can take a look at it. A lot of people say don't do it. I do it. I'm a bigger guy. I hit hard. A lot of people put their ratchet strap behind the seat right here to hold the seat back. And I like putting a bar right here, so right behind my seat, so when I get hit hard, I can't fold over this back, because that's what a lot of people do is they fold over this seat bar right here, and that's what hurts. I run this right here, I weld it, and I'm telling you right now, it'll be the most comfortable ride you've ever had in your entire life. Try it.
And you have it to where it moves a little bit, it has a little give, it's not so solid.
So this one is solid right here. This one moves a little bit. We had to weld it because it kept dropping on us. But I did have one that bolted to this that swiveled with the seat, so it wasn't so hard when you got hit in the back. It actually rocked with you, so you can only go so far.
Perfect. All right, how do you guys prepare mentally and or physically before a demolition derby?
See, I know I like to do is the night before the derby, I watch my old clips, old videos, mostly from Fueled by Haterz, because they catch everything awesome. Make sure you check them out. But I always go back, check my old videos, see what I could do better, how I should drive better, what I should pay attention to. Another thing, I smoke about a half pack of cigarettes, yell at everybody. But our most important thing, I will not get on that track until I either handshake or fist bump my grandfather. That's ritual. I've always do good with that. That's what I'm gonna do till the day I die.
So how I prepare mentally and physically is, for one, I go in there with a good mindset. Do not go in there with a mindset you will not do good, especially if you think the numbers are against you. Go in there with a positive mindset that you can drive, and most of the time you'll do good. You'll keep yourself out of bad predicaments. You'll drive with your head on a swivel. Another way I prepare physically is mentally is I call my grandpa, because he inspired me to get into derbies, and I talk to him and I tell him, how I plan on driving. I go out there and I try to drive how I told him. Usually they did the same thing with my grandma, but unfortunately she's not here anymore, so now I'll be saying a prayer before I run every derby car from now on. And that's how I prepare.
How I prepare before every derby, it's close to my heart. It's my sticker right here. My car will never touch a track without having that sticker on there. She was one of my biggest supporters of all time. I wear it crossed around my neck every derby. This is for her.
All right, what's the most memorable experience you've had in demolition derbies?
One of my most memorable experiences would be my first single derby. I think I was 16. I ran the car that my brother actually gave me. It was an old Buick down at the Bath Fair. It was the hardest hit I ever made in my life, and there's pictures everywhere. My brother leaned over the sideline just screaming, fist in the air, having the best time. That is the best memory I will ever have of derby.
Heck yeah.
I'd have to say my most memorable experience in a derby, it's got to be two. My first one was in 2019. I touched again on the first part, but I ran that Chevy Cavalier. I had a cast all the way up to my shoulder, and car had no brakes.
You had an arm cat, like broken arm?
Oh yeah, dude, all the way up to here. Car had no brakes, and I just went out there, dude. I actually ran against Freddie White, the legend, the other legend, but he was definitely the big target there. I'd say. I was always like, dude, that guy's got to be 20 running in the youth class still, But he definitely pulled some wires, got a little scared, and shut it off once he saw that Cavalier in there. But
my most memorable moment in demolition derby so far, I've only ran a couple, had to have been Bent Metal Motorsports in May, Judgment Day. My first derby I'll consider, because I ran Troy and only ran for like 10 seconds. I made a really bad rookie mistake. And so I went out there, probably 17, 18 cars I say there was, and they were hard cars, firewall forward. And me and my buddy Jordan ran it down, and I got third place because I ran out of gas. He got second, and shout out to Tyler Walton, hell of a builder, hell of a car. He got first, and that was a hell of a show. That was fun. My second most memorable moment was at Yates County Fair this last year. Unfortunately, there wasn't much of a turnout, but I took my car there just to trash it. It was pretty junk as it was, and I lost brakes, and I came down the track screaming, and they had a D9 bulldozer at the other end of it, and that's when I realized I had no brakes, and I absolutely smoked the bulldozer. The front of my car just went right up.
The bulldozer won.
Yeah, that hurt.
All right, let's read. How has the culture of demolition derbies changed over the years?
A lot. I'm Clyde Putman. I'm Jordan and Camden's grandfather. I used to derby back in the 80s and 90s, and we didn't have no bars in it. We couldn't run a aftermarket bumper. We had run stock and just stock wheels and knock the windows out of it and go for it. That's all we could do back then.
And then now you're adding,
Now we add all these bars and gas protectors and headers and aftermarket bumpers. Yeah. Well, another thing I gotta say is I want you to go back and tell the Broken Boys and Tracy Young that my boys are coming after them this year. Thanks.
All right, do you have any tips for newcomers coming into the sport?
My tip would be for a newcomer, is get yourself just a junk car, $300. It runs and drives. Make sure it runs and drives so you're not monkeying with it, and just go out there and have fun. I mean, you'll learn as you go. You can ask people. Some people will help. Some people won't. I mean, I got my boy here. He's 11. He's getting into it. He's got some good cars out back, but we got him just a junk one to go out there, get his feet wet, and so he can learn. I mean, that's the only thing you can do. The most important thing I would bring up, it's not about winning. It's not about going out there and beating somebody. It's the times in the garage with all your friends and your family. That's the most fun of derbying, is building the cars, and just go out there and hold that thing wide and ruin somebody's day and smile when you get done. You build another one, do it again. The memories are the most important part of derbying, right there. You got anything you want to say, Hunter? Learn it?
Nah, he's being shy.
I like what he said. He said it perfectly. Get yourself a cheap little beater. Start off bone stock, in my opinion, if you're a newcomer. Learn the dynamics. Learn how cars like to be ran or wherever. If you like a certain car, if you want to step it up, if you like it that much, and you're like, you watch limited weld and like, oh, hey, that looks fun. I want to build a limited weld car. By all means, make that next step. But my tip would be, start off with something bone stock, learn, and then build.
You got something?
You can learn the same way that I did. You get thrown into a car and hold that thing wide. If you don't like that hard hit, it kind of sets the pace if you're going to like it or not. That's how I learned.
Perfect.
Kind of like everybody was saying, really the memories and stuff. I got a positive and a negative to it. I just, get a cheap car, smash it up. But I will say, don't get too ahead of it. It definitely catches up quick. I put myself in some big shoes, and again, it gets overwhelming after a while. But as long as you don't take too much and try to do too much quick, you'll love it. Just like what everybody said, it's the memories, man.
All right, what role does the garage play in preparing for a demolition derby?
Oh, it's a big role. That's obviously where your cars come out. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're in the garage or outside working. You can build the car if you have it. I mean, I got lucky enough that this garage here is my grandparents where I grew up, and we started one little toolbox. I mean, I can show you right here where it is. This little toolbox right here on top is the only thing that was in this garage when we started. I mean, now we got a big toolbox. I mean, we got tools everywhere. I mean, we got a tire machine over here. We got air compressor. I mean, the garage is rough right now. We had it set up exactly the way we wanted to push cars out of here faster than ever. We got the flood. I mean, the water was up to like here and here. I mean, it was crazy. It ruined everything. So now we're starting back as square one. But you got the mindset, you can do it. I promise you. Just get some tools and you'll learn what tools you need. I mean, my favorite part of this whole entire garage right here, we don't leave a derby, we don't go anywhere without this. This is called Big Red right here. I've lost this out of the back of my truck. I've called people freaking out because it fell out of my truck. Rudy went and saved the day on me. I mean, garages, and the garage gets messy. You're gonna clean the garage 100 times. But when your garage gets tore up, just stop for a few minutes, clean your whole entire garage, start fresh. You'll feel so much better about yourself. Pull all the cars out, start again, clean it all up, bring it back in, because your tools get scattered, you lose tools. I mean, tools get ruined, but just keep it going. You got to maintenance it just like anything else you do.
You had something to add, right? I believe that you said you work in God's garage, right?
Oh yeah, that's all I do is outside, and there's days where it's raining out, and you don't want to put the tent up. It's too windy, and you just kind of take a day off, and then the next day you're like, shit, I really got to bust my ass and catch up. But I mean, other than that, dude, it's nice even being able to do it, even if you gotta, I talked to a few people, they used to pull a car under a tree with a come along and pull motors. I mean, at least I'm fortunate enough to have at least like a cherry picker or something, but I mean, I've built cars that go to Bristol. I mean, might not be able to run them, but I've had cars that have gone to Bristol out of a backyard, you know. 2, actually.
Heck yeah. Can you walk us through a typical day in your garage leading up to a derby?
So normally the day before the show, our cars are nowhere near done. It just never happens for us. Everybody, the whole crew comes here. The wives, the kids, everybody's here, got their hands on stuff. We ordered pizza and wings, got the music cranking up, and we're just trying to get everything done. I mean, there's times we're in this garage till 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get these things ready. That's mostly what, every single time we run? It's not just one show. I mean, we're always here in the garage, but everybody gets together. We try getting them all done so we can get them on the trailer and get them loaded, so first thing in the morning we can just take off. It doesn't happen all the time, but yeah, we just get the whole crew together and we just hang out, double check everything, have some good food. Your friends, like I said, friends and family is the most important thing of this derby thing. It's just the best thing. You meet the best people, so like that's our normal day before the show right there. You got anything else?
Well, you mentioned a tradition that your dad would do real early in the morning, right?
Yeah, so there's this one show we ran, Lycoming, a few years ago. We were all in the garage. 2 cars were not even 50% done the day before the show, and we were all in the garage till 3:30 in the morning, and all the wives and all the kids are all home already. We got home, and we get back down here at 5:30 in the morning and finish the cars. Well, the wives and everything, you know, they don't like waking up early, especially for derbies. And, well, they walk it out. My grandfather kicks the door open and screams, "If I Can Turn Back Time." It's a song by Cher. I don't know if a lot of people know that. It's old school. Well, that turned into a big thing in our derby team. Like, he'll yell it. The girls get mad. I mean, it's a normal thing. But the girls get irritated with it, but it's just something that now the kids say it to the girls, like get the girls going. I mean, it's just this thing we do. We all talked about putting them on our cars eventually, making a joke out of it. But I mean, you find little things like that just turn into traditions, and it sticks. It's just the way it happens.
Turn back time.
If I can turn back time.
Note to self, add that song to this clip.
Yeah.
What tools and equipment are essential for you to build a car for demolition derbies?
So I already brought it up once. I'll grab it right here so you don't walk too far. But right here, we call it Big Red. I mean, this is our sledgehammer. I mean, this thing has been through hell and back. We've had to weld it back up, but we will not go to a derby without this thing. Like, when we go to a derby, everybody asks, "Is Big Red in the garage or in the truck? Is Big Red in the truck?" I mean, I had a time where this slipped out of the back of my truck. I called Alex Rudy. I'm freaking out because I'm an hour from home. He ended up finding it in the middle of the road. Like, this thing is just, it's the heart to this team. But, I mean, it all depends on what cars you're building. If you're building these limited weld cars, obviously you're going to want a welder. You're going to want your grinder, you know. You ain't gonna build a limited weld car without a welder. I mean, you can 9-wire. 9-wire, that's another big thing that we put in all of our cars. We actually got a roll of it sitting right here on the ground. We buy that by the 100 pounds, I think, right? Yeah, 100-pound rolls, 9-wire, especially when you're running bone stock. It's definitely something good to have to put on your doors, hold your doors shut. Like your limited weld cars, you can put them on your motor mounts, and definitely 9-wire. And torches definitely help too. I mean, it's not an essential thing, but torches are definitely a big thing. And sockets. Sockets, get as many wrenches and sockets you can possibly get, because you're going to lose them. I promise you. You'll have people leave them in cars. When you're stripping cars, they just end up in the garbage. And we got our big bar here. We use that for a lot of things.
You had a name for it. What was the name?
Big Bertha.
She got upgraded though.
I mean, you can see it's bent. We've lifted up cars with this. We have picked up cars off the ground with this thing. It's helped out big time. Anything else you guys essential?
I think that's summed it up.
Yeah.
What are some of the most challenging repairs or modifications you've had to make?
So the most challenging thing we ever had, you guys have seen the previews and everything of the flood that we had. We had 3 cars ready for our county fair, and we got that flood. I mean, this car right here was actually in the flood. You couldn't even see the car at all. The whole car was underneath water. We ended up throwing it together. 3 cars. We had a week before the show, and we pulled the motors apart. We had to drain all the oil, all the transmission fluid, go back through everything, redo your gas tank. I mean, everything had to be redone. 3 cars built less than a week, had to redo everything. Actually, the car out there, that motor was in the flood, and that thing, 2 days later, me and Dami Salami over there, we went through, like I said, we changed everything, the oil, the filters, the transmission, everything that we could, and we got them running again. Our computers, a lot of our computers got hurt in the flood, so we had to go through and test all of our computers. It was definitely the hardest time we ever had, especially, you know, you want to run your county fair, you want to go to it, it's close up, you got to do what you can. It definitely hurt us a lot, but we showed up with them 3 cars a week later at the county fair, and they were full of mud. They had 6 inches of mud in them. The back ends were full. The inspectors are yelling at us because of how muddy they were, but we got the cars there. We never stopped. We, like I said, once again, family. We all came together. We all built these cars. It was challenging, but you get enough guys that want to work and come together, the dream will happen.
Can you share any funny or unexpected stories that's happened amongst your team?
We got a good one for our group. They bring it up all the time because if you know me, I mean, you see my ass. I mean, I'm sorry. I could crank my belt as tight as I want. You're always going to see my ass crack. I don't care who you are. You're going to see it. That's how you're going to know me. That's how I know we're friends. But we were at a derby, and it was Lycoming team show. And we were sitting out on the track, and we were waiting on the other teams to come out, and they were playing music, and I'm up on my hood, jumping around, dancing, laughing, getting the crowd going. That's my favorite thing, getting the crowd going. Well, we went out there, ran our heat, mopped them up like normal, and I was climbing out of my car after the heat, and we didn't strip the door very well, and there's a little metal piece that hooks to your door handle. It caught me right here on the back of my pants when I went to stand up out of that car. My whole pants went down, my whole entire ass, right in front of the whole crowd. Everybody's laughing. I turn around, this old lady's looking at me laughing. I looked her dead in the face and I smacked my ass, and the whole crowd went nuts. And that's something that just gets brought up all the time. I'm not very shy. I'm there for a good time. I mean, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So I'm going to make everybody laugh, have a fun time. And most important thing is getting that crowd on their feet, right? So
Wait,
they
what?
got to see a lot of me that day.
Wait, what eye were you looking at the crowd with?
The brown eye. Have you ever had a car that you were particularly attached to, and what made it special?
So I did have one. It was a 2001 Toyota Avalon. I picked it up for $400 because I needed a road car. We threw it together, and I drove it for 2 years with no inspection. Cops loved it. But what made that car special to me is I drove that thing. I started a job that was out of state, and I drove it to Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. I mean, I drove that thing everywhere. I put 60,000 miles on it. It was just shy of 50,000 the first year I drove it, and another 30,000 before I ended up derbying it because the frame was rotted out on it. That thing never skipped a beat. All I ever did was change the brakes and put fresh oil in it and gas. That thing ran forever. That thing, everybody knew me. I loved that car. It pushed half of these cars that are here on trailers, pushed them around the yard. That thing was just a beast. That thing, I mean, it made me a lot of money for only a $400 car. Never let me stranded on the side of the road. And then I stripped it and I smashed it. I mean, that was the best thing you can do for them.
All right, how has your approach changed from approaching to do a demolition derby from, you know, way back then to now?
Well, right back then, I could pick a car up for $50 and drive it home, knock the windows out of it, and run it at a fair. Now you spend $800 to $1,000 for a car, and then we got to put all these bars in it and shifters and aftermarket bumpers and all that stuff. And we got $1,500, $2,000 tied up into it by the time we get it to go to a demo.
Right on.
Yeah.
Can you share a story about a rival or friendships that's developed through demolition derbies?
So, I mean, I don't really have rivals. I mean, a lot of people hate me, but that's okay. But friendships is the biggest thing. I mean, I ran a Maple Fest Derby. I seen a car sitting up there, and that's how I met this guy over here, Alex Rui, that's too scared to talk to anybody. But I went up, talked to him, and a year later, he started building in this garage with us, and he's turned into my kids' uncle. I mean, we're best friends now. This guy, I got asked to help a team show with them. White trash, black trash, and white trash. We're good friends now. I mean, he's like a brother to me. He calls me for everything. I call him when I need stuff. I mean, it just brings people together. That's the biggest thing is I met friendships. I mean, I met Fueled by Haterz through Derby and the Broke Boys through Derby. And I mean, everybody knows Brett Hibbers, so not really through Derby, but he's just a legend. But friendships, I definitely meet a lot of them. If you're a Derby, stay clear of all that rival stuff. It ain't gonna bother you when you get on that track. Don't worry about them. Junk them when you can, or don't junk them at all.
So what do you see the future of demolition derbies, and are there any trends you find exciting?
Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of positives to demolition derby, and I love it. But I mean, one negative that kind of deteriorate, and I feel like it's going to keep deteriorating people, is kind of promoters bumping heads with each other, changing the rule sets a lot, because a lot of us drivers, we're putting a lot of money into these cars, per se built cars where you're running multiple different places, but you put, say for instance, you put 8 plates on a car, and then you try to go to another show, and they only allow 4, I mean, it's real hard to cut plates off of a frame without damaging the frame, so I think, what would be better is if a lot of promoters would stick with the same rule set, or, I kind of switch it up,
Like a unified rule,
yeah,
basically.
like unified rules for multiple fair shows. That way a lot of people are, you're bringing more people in, versus just a certain class, and then people have to build a whole new car, and, it's not like it's easy to take all this cage out and put it right in another car in a day, It's not like that,
So basically, promoter communication would help out a lot.
For sure.
How do you think technology is changing the way people prepare and participate in demolition derbies?
So I got a positive and negative. I'm gonna start with the positive off the gate. I mean, social media and stuff is nice, like this. A lot of people, you probably wouldn't have known me if I wasn't on this video right now talking. That helps out. It gets people into it, seeing it. Maybe people like what they see. They want to try it. I mean, that's all good. I mean, you can buy stuff from people online. Some of that's a lot easier. But then you got the other side where I build a car and I take a picture of it, I post it up, somebody doesn't like it, they send it to the promoter cries about it because they get messages, so now you got to cut stuff before you even get to the track, or people know what you got, so when they get there, they're going to try doing your stuff, building your way instead of thinking of themselves. I mean, you always got your pros and cons, it's just the way you look at things. I mean, a lot of people do good on it, a lot of people do bad. Some people should stay off of it if they're worried about it. That's why I post pictures that people can't steal stuff from. Like, yeah, you might be able to steal how I build my cage or something like that. I'm not going to show you what I do. I'm just going to post my car. It's all out there for fun. If you don't like me, you don't like me. That's simple as that.
Are there any upcoming events or projects that you're excited about?
So, yes, I do have one coming. We got a BMP next weekend. Why I'm so excited about it, I get to bring my stepson in with me and get him into the love of the sport. He loves his Power Wheels, so he said he's ready to build. So this is his first car that he's built from scratch. This is all his own. He's got 2 more out there for us to build up, but definitely this is my my favorite thing, my thing that's coming up that I'm so excited for is sitting in this seat with him and getting him into what I love.
And what's your name?
Hunter.
And are you excited?
Yeah.
What's your derby name?
Headhunter.
Headhunter. Oh boy, you going after them heads, huh? And you help build the cars as well?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right, folks, that's Hunter, Headhunter. Do you have any upcoming events or projects that you're excited about?
This right here, this will be a fun ride. This is going to Northeast Nationals, Norwich. Me and my buddy White Trash. I asked him, I've been bugging him. I said, bro, I want to run 2-man extreme in Norwich. Let's do it. I said, I'll even build the car and everything. You don't got to touch it. He said, I'll think about it, you know. That night, apparently, I didn't know about it, but he texted my girlfriend. And that night I asked him about it. He bought our spot. And I had no idea about it. And it was probably a week before New Year's. I had no clue. And we were here at a New Year's party, and that's when he told me. And yeah, this should be a fun ride.
Cool.
We're going out there just to rip it. We don't want anything to do with this car after this show. So some people better buckle up their helmets.
Look out. How do you envision the impact of social media on the Demolition Derby community?
So I've talked about it a little bit before, but another thing that really helped out, we had the flood back in August, and the kids lost all their Power Wheels. We lost a lot of our stuff, and I posted up that looking for Power Wheels for my kids so they can run their county fair, and that post got almost, I think, a little over 100,000 views. It was crazy. People were getting hold of me, dropping Power Wheels cars off, getting hold of me, telling me to come get it if they need help. I mean, it definitely brought the community together to help us. I mean, we sold these shirts right here for my family. The social media helped with that. Again, people all over have these shirts. We got some down in North Carolina and Kansas. I mean, social media does help when you're in a bad need for help. I mean, it does.
A little tour.
All right, y'all. So a lot of you want to know about the flood. August 9th of 2024, we had a bad flood. My grandma called me and my brother to come down, said that the house was starting to flood, and we got down here, started moving everything. Well, before we knew it, the water was to our hips. We tried everything we could. Our cars, we couldn't see him. I mean, you guys seen the picture of this tall guy right here standing next to the car. It definitely put a number on us. You see the house right now is actually in the process of being rebuilt. We just got the walls done. We did most of this ourselves other than the concrete wall. We had to put the whole house up on them stilts and everything so they could pour the walls. I mean, it was a process. It's finally starting to come together. Still got a long way to go, and we'll make it, but it definitely put us back to square one.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, we lost everything. It took the water in this house was about to his chin. It was crazy in here.
And the house used to sit at this level, right? This was like your living room?
Yeah. Yep. This was the kitchen over here, and this was the living room. I know Nick posted a picture. The day after the flood and everything, we actually pulled a car right here where we're standing inside the house to build it. But yeah, this used to be the living area. It's a lot of memories here. It's where I grew up. So now this is just going to be a basement. We're going to have a door back there and a front door. So if it floods again, you open them up, let it run right through the house. I mean, you got to work with what you can. It's a hard life, but when you come together, you can figure it out.
And it was a hurricane, correct? To come through, and there's a river right past that golf cart.
Yep, there's a creek there, and then there's another one across the road. The water actually came from across the road. It started from behind the house, worked its way up, and then it started pouring across the road. It was crazy. I mean, it was coming all directions. I mean, it peeled up the road. I left. About 5 minutes later, I turned around and tried to come back down here because I'm stubborn, and I couldn't even make it here because the roads were completely over 2 foot of water in the roads.
Wow. No kidding. All right. All right.
Oh no, you guys gotta get out of here, bro. We're done. We're done. Real
What you
shit's
mean?
happening.
What you mean? I want to see what you're doing.
I can't let Broke Boy see what's gonna happen. To
Oh,
him.
come on.
All right, get him out of here.